What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing us a brand new StarCraft 2 video. This one was played at Blizzcon, which is the global finals of StarCraft 2. Spawning here in the top left-hand corner of Dreamcatcher LE, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. He's currently up in this series and wants to finish this thing off right here and right now. His name is sOs. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing with the red Terran pieces. He's currently down, but certainly not out of this thing just yet. His name is HeRoMaRinE. So, guys and girls, game number one was probably one of the best TvPs I have seen in a long time. A very, very evened matchup between two incredible players, two of the best players in their respective races in the world at StarCraft 2. And I gotta say, guys, I'm really excited to see what both these players decide to do here in game number two, because that was so close in game number one, which, by the way, guys, this is the group stages of BlizzCon. This is actually in Group B, game number two, between you know, like I said, two really great players. I mean, if you made it to BlizzCon, you are obviously one of the best players currently playing in the world you know, at your craft or at the specific race that you play with. And so I must say, I gotta say, I think we're in for a treat here in game number two, because HeRoMaRinE, there was multiple times that he could have had game number one and won that as well. You know, the same can be said for sOs, and we know here that sOs, you know, was able to take advantage of getting a 1-0 lead in a best-of-3 series here. So he is on match point here in the group stages, and we know the group stages are very important. I mean, every game does matter in the grand scheme of things. So it does look like HeRoMaRinE is not phased too much by this. He's going to go ahead, get his barracks down. He's going to go for that natural base command center and then into the factory. Whereas on the opposite side of the map, it doesn't look like any cheese is going to be coming out of the Protoss player. He's going to be going for the gateway into the Cybernetics core and now into the natural nexus. Going for that warp gate researched very early, which is pretty much the most standard upgrade for a Protoss player. And we're going to start to see exactly what these players, you know, what they what they decide to do here in the early stages of this game. There is going to be a Reaper out. It looks like he's looking around for a possible proxy pylon or something along those lines. Now, we do have an Adept that is coming across the map here, and looks like that Adept is going to try to get a little bit of some scouting information in at this point in the game here. So did have to go ahead and slow down the production here on that natural command center, which is exactly what sOs wants at this point in the game. He is slowly but surely just going ahead and slowing down the Terran, his Terran opponent. So very nicely played here by sOs. He's got a Stalker now coming across the map here, and this is really going to slow down this Terran player right now. There's going to be a Cyclone coming out, as well as a couple of Marines, and then a Starport's going to be coming out as well. So now we are going to see that's the Cyclone come out, and that Cyclone is going to kind of provide a lot of value as far as, you know, kind of shooing away those units. Now we are going to see the Reaper is just chilling in this corner of the map here. I'm not sure exactly what the reasoning behind that is, but it looks like this Reaper is just going to probably just try to get as much scouting information as possible. And then, of course, that Cyclone is going to start moving across the map here. And we do see the Twilight Council with Blink coming in, or that Blink is being researched right now. We are also going to see a couple more gateways come in as well for our Protoss player. And then we're going to also see the robotics facility coming up here as well. Does look like the Surround is going to be coming in here for that Cyclone. Beautiful pickup there by our Protoss player. Looks like we are going to start. We're going to see a Liberator coming out of the Starport first, and we do have a Widow Mine as well as some Marines here that'll be able to kind of shoo away most of these units, most likely, unless there's some incredible micro here by our Protoss player. So it does look like we are kind of setting ourselves up for another macro-focused game. We are going to see Stimpack being researched very early on, as well as +1 out of the engineering bay. it does look like we've got a very interesting situation where SOS is going to go for his third base, but that third base is going to be the gold base location, and I like that decision a lot. That's going to really help him with his economy and getting, you know, really get much better as time goes. So that Liberator is going to go ahead and you know, just try to slow down the Terran player just a little bit, or I should say the Protoss player a little bit. But once that third base goes down, or Nexus goes down for SOS, his economy is going to be off the charts. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that if our Terran player does find out about this sooner than later. It does look like Charge is going to be researched now for the Protoss player as well. Observer is going to try to scout and see exactly what is going on here at the Terran's side of the map. So it does look like those Stalkers are going to blink forward and go ahead and try to take out as many of these units as possible in the main base location. Blink has really been helpful for SOS so far. Does look like he is waiting to go ahead and start blinking all these Stalkers backwards. He's going to get a lot of value out of most of them, though, really weakening the Terran players so far at this point in the game. That Liberator once again is trying to get a little bit of some value in. More and more gateways are coming up for the Protoss player, and all of these, you know, I mean, obviously with that gold base coming up, that's going to be so helpful for the Protoss player in the later stages of the game as we are approaching the 7-minute mark here in this game. Really, both players giving each other a lot of respect. Does look like those +1/+1 upgrades are going to be finishing up here very soon, and I'm wondering if we're going to see a push here by SOS relatively, you know, shortly here. Combat Shields finishing up as well as Charge. So Combat Shields finishing for our Terran player, and then Charge is now finishing up, and then +1/+1 is finishing up for our Protoss player right now, and this could get very interesting. It does look like our Protoss player is trying to get as much value out of, you know, the small amount of Stalkers, but there's a lot more units that are look like that are going to start moving across the map here. I just love how much, you know, our Protoss player is able to do with such a little army, and he's got, you know, all of these units that are now, you know, coming up and are starting to move across the map here. I think HeRoMaRinE has a feeling that something might not be right. So very shortly here, we are going to see if SOS decides to push into this army, and I think he could very well take out this army, and it looks like he's going to try to hit at multiple places at once here. It looks like he's going to move that War Prism right into the main base location. There is no detection here. And oh my god, we are going to see a massive, a big drop here of a bunch of these Zealots here that are going to go ahead. They're going to pick up and start moving out. But this is absolutely huge. This is keeping the Terran player at home, which is absolutely what you want to do, at least at this point in the game. And it looks like those Zealots are once again going to be dropped down, and those Zealots are going to start trying to do as much damage as possible. And it looks like there's going to be a big warp in here. Massive engagement now at the front doorstep of the Terran player. It looks like the question is there going to be enough here for our Terran player to hold on? Does look like he is holding on, at least for the time being, but there is a lot of units here. That is a lot of Zealots that are doing a lot of damage up in the main base location. Looks like the mass recall is going to be called on all those units, and the Stalkers are coming back down. Those Stalkers once again are going to try to get as much value as possible, and once again we now see the fourth base going down, which is at the other gold base of the Protoss player, and he's just re-upping this army. So the question is now, is SOS going to find out about this? Is he going to find out, I'm sorry, HeRoMaRinE, is he going to find out about these two gold bases? He's got to find out very shortly that this is happening, but this could be absolutely devastating because there is a lot of Protoss units here. Nice micro there by the Terran player, trying to slow push his opponent. There's going to be a big warp in though, and there's going to be immortals are starting to come out as well, so this could get very, very scary very quickly. Nice micro, but beautiful blinks there, going right after all those liberators, and this entire Terran army is being shredded to pieces here. The absolute beautiful blink micro, GG, is called an SOS with the incredible micro on the with the blink stalkers. Takes this series 2 games to nothing. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between SOS and HeRoMaRinE, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.